video today because I'm going to do a lot of hustling today. So I read your comments. I thought that was pretty cool of you guys. I was already thinking about doing more of a discount. Pardon me. I'm sorry. I just burped. I just had some breakfast. Just getting EK Chris sandwich. I like those. Just one. So the ANX stuff, I think I'm just going to try and do a 2-for-1. So you buy 2, you get 1 free. But before they open, I don't think it's open to the public till 12. So I'm going to go up there and I'm probably going to talk to my buddies, like Walter or something like that. Got big collections. They buy big collections and they do sell ANX stuff. I'm going to see what he can offer on maybe 10 or 12 of them or whatever. See what happens, Sometimes you get that money in the pocket. We'll go buy some gold with that. But I want to talk about the silver and gold. Like, geez, I can't believe it. So now the LBMA is completely out from what I heard. But I don't know. People are manipulating their information all the time. Let's see if we can get a live chat here. Geez, I don't know. Who cares? It should be working. Why? Chat filter. Yes. I don't know why it's not. It just doesn't default. Yeah. Type something in there if you guys are in the chat. So anyway, it's like I just feel like the world just tries to screw everybody over. You know what I'm saying? Like what just happened with the refinery plants. And this goes back to basically the COVID time when we had the COVID shutdowns. Can I say that on YouTube? Do I care? No. COVID shutdowns. So back, I was doing new construction, right? And so we had a lot of homes with no doors. Why were there no doors? Well, apparently there's only one factory and it's in China that makes doors. You see what I'm saying? Why isn't there a factory in this country that makes doors? Maybe they do now, but 4 or 5 years ago, that didn't exist. What's up, Marquesio? So then, I think the winter of 2020 to 2021, there was an ice storm that went through Texas. And it doesn't get that cold in Texas very often. So they don't insulate their pipes in their factories. Okay? So there's this one resin factory in this country that is it is a material that is necessity to make paint. You hear what I'm saying? There was a paint shortage because there's only one factory in the entire country that makes this product. When it's wiped out, the whole country suffers. That's what's happening with refinery plants. There's not enough refinery plants right now. Now the whole country's on standby right now. That's the problem. I know there's tons of silver stacking channels out there. They're talking about it going up again and going up again. But the problem right now, you just can't get a great offer for it right now. Like I just explained on my last video, how much they're taking back to pay as a wholesaler from a dealer. I think it's in the low 43s. Crazy, right? When silver's at $50. So, the dealers need to make some money, right? And they got to pay to package it up and ship it up there, right? So they're offering right around 40. This is like taking it up the tailpipe, correct? 67, yeah. So you're saying $67 silver? What's that mean? 67. It could. I think it'll hit 67 probably in the next week or two. Absolutely. If that's what you guys are talking about. The word 67, that's why I'm trying to say. Yeah. All right. That sounds awesome, man. 67, baby. But that's just the problem with the world. It's like it's just broken, and but gold, you could still sell it. We don't have problems with the refineries for gold. And why did I change the way I look at things? I just do because I'm there at the show and I'm seeing what everybody is buying, and I notice these things, and that it's just, you have to pay attention to what people are buying, and that's what I see. I buy stuff that's just dead in the market, I gotta try and liquidate it, even if I lose a couple bucks on it. we got to get some capital back, put it in some gold. Gold keeps rising, then I'm going to turn a profit. But here's the problem. So say I have a whole bunch of gold, and then say in 6 years or something, and gold goes ape crap. It just goes ballistic, right? Say it's close to 20,000. Let's just say it hits 20,000. Then what? I'm here in Minnesota. I don't want to sell it here because of the sales tax, right? I'd probably call Coin Huskers. You guys heard of them? They're on Omaha, Nebraska. I probably would call them first and see what happens. I definitely would call around, and it's actually worth the trip. But the problem is, if you get a cashier's check, it's like, well, you got to deposit it. Once you deposit it back in my account here in this state, or any state, there's going to be some sort of tax. I'll be like, where did you get that money from? That's a lot of money. I have to ask questions about stuff like that. So that's another fear factor right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're taxed on everything, even your gains. If you're selling something, buying something, it's all taxed. It's crazy world out there. But I like the gold up for preservation. So I'm gonna be on for a couple more minutes, guys, because I got to get saddled up here and get back to the show and do the little early bird stuff. You guys have any questions for me at all? So what's going on with the 67s? It's just not 67, yeah. This new thing, what kids are saying. It's a lot of sick and tired kids saying what they, yeah. I get it. I think it is nonsense for sure. Tax when you earn it, tax when you spend it, and tax when you save it. Yeah. Is there a way to get cash? See, what I would like to do is I'd like to pay my house off. If that happens, that's like my goal. If gold and silver just explode, and I'm sitting on quite a fortune, I'd like to take some of them profits and put it into my real estate, basically, and just have some financial freedom. That's really my goal. That's the ultimate goal for everybody, to be financially free, have their home paid for. That's a dream, and that's a goal to go for, because you're sitting on equity. It's a great place to try and pay things off with. I think it's gonna storm pretty soon, guys. Holy cows, dude! There's like a big thunderstorm. Here, I'll show you guys. See if I can flip it around here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah. So yesterday I went to the hardware store. I got some really cool axes, and me and my son, we did some lumberjacking in the backyard, cutting down some trees that kind of we had some windstorms, and I was tired of looking at them because they're like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and so we chopped them down, and we started splitting them and everything, and that was a lot of fun. He enjoyed it, and I did too. That's what I love to do. Just gotta get some exercise, even at home, even late in the day when the gym was closed anyways. So yeah, I'm wearing my American Fire shirt. It fits now. Man, I can't believe it. This thing used to be kind of tight on me, and I just left it in a drawer for a long time. So really happy for that. It's a nice shirt. Smash the like button. Absolutely. Well, like I said, all this restriction in the supply with the refineries, they're like basically 4 weeks backlogged for refining, like sterling and constitutional silver, but not the bullion. Okay, they don't really need to. They can just melt it down, make bars. It's really easy, but they have to refine it. All the other silver it's an alloy, so they got to pull all the other unwanted metals out of there and make pure silver. So they're backed up by 4 weeks. So they say that this is a temporary pause, and it could be 4 weeks long. So if I don't know if I'm speaking out of the horse's mouth here, but it's kind of tough to sell your silver and make a profit right now. That's all I'm trying to say. But it's okay to buy it right now. Once this blows over, you may be able to get a better offer after this blows over. That's all I'm trying to say. And it's always with silver. It's always, everybody's dumping it and dumping it at a record level because it hit an all-time high since 2011 and 1980, and people are excited. We're going to have these short sales a lot with silver at this $50 height. And I explained earlier that this is like a cycle that's going to happen. It's going to continue. It's a cycle. People are going to dump it, and then it gets refined. It goes back into the COMEX. It gets used for computer chips, batteries, solar panels. You know what I'm saying? And then, the price will start to rise again, and then people are going to dump it again. They're sucking it away from customers' hands. In my opinion, I think it's like a Ponzi scheme. They're trying to get it super cheap from you because they know it's going to rip. Okay? If I were you, I'd probably just ignore the fact that I'm going to sell my silver and just stash it and wait for something like that to happen where she just goes parabolic. But say for example, silver someday hits $100 or $200 an ounce. What would you be offered if you were to sell it? I mean, that's the crazy thing. It could be 20% back. I mean, the higher it goes, it seems like your offer to sell physical metals retracts even further and further and further. Isn't that some crazy stuff? That's what I see. That's the futures. That's not what's happening right now, but I feel like the higher it rises, the more of a retraction you get. And I don't even want to say buy paper. That gets manipulated too. But, you're not going to be getting like 20% back just holding the physical metal. But there's so much more capabilities of having the physical metal. I mean, there's some states that certain items you can buy, like cars, and you can put money down as gold for a home in some states as long as it's sanctioned. And basically like flea markets and stuff like that, you can ask people that are farmers, if they will accept silver and gold for their produce and stuff like that. So it's becoming more accepted in society. So that's really what I want to see, gold as money again. But can you imagine if we went back on the gold standard, how much gold would be? But here's the one thing that they were talking about. Taking the debt, the $37 trillion, and putting it into crypto, and then reevaluating gold. How can you do that? Okay, it doesn't exist. $37 trillion, that's a deficit. So they're going to have to quantitative ease like crazy, put it into crypto, and then do something with gold and reevaluate the price of gold. Who knows what that price would be? Crazy astronomical amounts. That's what I'm trying to say. When it goes parabolic, I'll trade it out for gold. There you go. That's really smart, I think. I'm just, it's that manipulation thing that I'm kind of getting perturbed about. I'm tired of being manipulated with the silver, but I still love the silver. But it's like you feel all excited, you're getting these gains, but then reality sets in when you go to sell it or to a dealer. That's what I'm saying. If you're a customer and you're selling it to a dealer, like reality hits you right there, like, that's not great. But if you are a dealer and you have a sales ID number and you're actually able to sell it at a table, then you can get pretty much melt. And I sold plenty of silver at melt. American Silver Eagles, I was at 52. I wanted to sell them for 55, but that was basically where everybody was at 52 to 53. I figured 52, and I only have 3 Eagles left. So what I'm hoping to get some collections today. My goal to get for gold 5/10, so that's about $2,000, and I'd say the cheapest I could probably get that is $2,025. So if I got 5/10 for 405, like I got the deal yesterday, that's approximately what I'd pay. And I'm kind of excited to see what will happen with the stock market opening from the Shanghai Exchange at 5 o'clock today, Sunday. And I'd be interested to see if it's just going to start shooting right up or doing whatever it's going to do, because there's so many things that are poising silver and gold to just move this week just because of this news. So I'm very excited about the metals itself. And it's like the numismatics. It's like that basically is falling off a cliff. It seems like there's certain pieces that are just amazing. You know, high that stuff I got high grade. It's got a cack on it, beautiful colors. You know, I'm not gonna budge on that stuff. I'm gonna keep it. You know, uh, I if somebody's got to offer a cash deal, it has to be really close to where I'm marking it at, and I wish somebody would just come with gold to make a trade for something like that. You know, but a lot of these people don't have gold. I haven't seen one single customer come to me in the past couple shows. Oh yeah, yeah, St. Cloud we had some, but at this particular show, not a single piece of gold was offered to sell to me. But this guy had these really like brand new 2025 proofs that just came out for American Eagle, and the Gold Buffalo 1 ounce. And at the time, I just didn't have, you know, $3,900 on me at the time, because I just bought a whole bunch of stuff from customers, and I wish I was able to buy that. You know, those opportunities come right when your capital has just made a big dent in it. But yeah, it's tough to move 1 ounce gold coins anyways. You know, so I'm more looking at, say, $5 gold coins and 10th ounces, or those little $2.50 gold Indians, stuff like that. That is more liquid, and it's still somewhat affordable to people. You know, when you start getting the coins that are about 1,000 or higher, people kind of look at it like, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. You know, that's what goes through their head. You know what I'm saying? I'm adding 90% and Numis. All right, cool, man. Can't fight it, right? Silver Wolverine, hey man, gosh, I haven't seen you in a long time. So you took a big break, huh? 333. Yes, as long as I can, like the coin I just got, that $5 gold coin. It's totally a nice mid-stay coin. I wouldn't pay that extra premium for the graded ones. Just get them raw, you know, because you're basically getting them for about $50 above melt. Frog in my throat. Holy cows! It's early morning. Been kind of groggy and kind of tired lately. This show's been wiping me out. Like you get these slow patches, and I feel like I want to take a nap, and I open up my eyes, and then the guy over there on the other side, he's sleeping too. So I just get that way. It gets kind of boring at times, but then it's hot and cold. So you have a couple people here, and then the action's back, and you wake up, and you just, you know, make your deals, buying and selling, and then it's like tumbleweeds for a little bit. That's kind of weird. You know, today, usually Sundays, people buy, or they try to sell to dealers, so I'm hoping to see some interesting things come in today. Unless I just buy gold, then it'll just wipe out all of my capital. But I want to save some capital for, I want to order a bunch of meat that'll last us all winter. So I got one of those big freezers, and I can get it from a wholesale price at my butcher for $429 for 100 pounds of meat. Can you believe that? He still hasn't changed his price. And all my family's complaining about how much meat is. I'm like, that's what happens when you buy one individual item at a time at the grocery store. You don't get a bulk deal, okay? That's just economics. LCS told me last week that they have one buyer for every 20 sellers. Oh, geez, Silver Wolverine. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Lately, it's been about 50-50 for me at the show. And I got some sad news, folks. So, you guys know Mike Carter, Mike's Coins. I've done a couple interviews with him, and I haven't for a couple years because his health's been declining, okay? He hasn't been communicating, and all of a sudden I hear he just takes off on a scooter and goes to the Black Hills to go on vacation, right? And he didn't tell anybody. He just told his son, hey, I'm taking off today, I'm going to go. And basically, his son's been running it, and he doesn't know anything really about gold and silver buying. He's probably offers too much or whatever, I don't know. But Mike had a heart attack. He had a heart attack up there in North Dakota, and he's in a coma right now, in the hospital, laid up in a coma. I don't know if he's gonna make it. For that to happen, like, I'm just thinking thoughts in my head, like, what if, like, basically, and this isn't true, I'm just saying, what if he was at the doctor's and they said something like, you have some sort of terminal disease or something, you only got X amount of time to live, and he's probably just like, well, F that, man, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my life, and he just took off, and then possibly he's gonna die. Like, I'm really gonna be sad. You know, he was a really nice guy, Mike Carter, and we've had like two other dealers that have passed away in the past 2 years too that I know of. But Mike, I've been going to his shop for about 10 years. If I hear he's dead, I'm probably gonna cry, because he was a very, very nice person. I'm really gonna miss him, you know, and yeah, I only wish the best for his shop and his family, and anybody that's, you know, and I pray that he'll come through. But when I hear somebody's in a coma, that's just not good. That's just not good, because you can suffer some sort of brain damage from all that, and if you recover, you're just never going to be the same person. You know what I'm saying? But there's a chance that he'll make it, and I hope he does. I really do. And if he does make it, I hope that cognitively he's there. That's what I'm hoping for. But I don't think he's ever going to be running the show or the coin shop again after this event. So my heart goes out to the Carter family. You know, God bless you. I mean, Mike is a wonderful person, and I bless everybody. You know, he's a great guy. That's all I can really say. And wow, guys, I gotta get going. So hope you guys had a really, really nice time here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good day.